So, the next thing you want to learn, if you were to do two color alpha bracelets, is the downward knot. Now, the downward knot is pretty similar to the other knots. The difference being that we'll take our background string and, well, fittingly enough, bring it to the background. And we will take our foreground string, or our bass string, and bring it to the foreground. And since we are going right, we will do, it may be counterintuitive, but we will do a left knot. Because what we're trying to do is keep our bass strings, our foreground strings, in the same place, and not on our background string. So it continues to move along. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Anyway, we'll take our first string and just do a left knot. And this takes a little bit of practice. I'm still not all that good at it. I honestly don't use these all that often, mainly because I'm doing multicolors, which is a little different. Anyway, very carefully, you pull this to the left and you kind of try and pull this to the right. Alright? Takes a little finesse. Anyway, continue to do that. And there we go. Pretty nice looking, if I do say so myself. Alright, pull this up, make sure everything looks nice. And we'll do another one. And just keep your background string in the back. And just keep doing this. And let's not split our strings, and we'll just keep going on. It takes a little bit of time, and the bracelet might seem like it wants to twist and turn everywhere, but that's okay. Now, this is one of my problems with making these. I don't know if you can quite see, but they kind of tend to drift downwards, and the only way I've found to mitigate that is to pull your knots in all sorts of crazy directions to mitigate all that badness. But that's okay, as long as you take your time with it, stay comfy. Pull this up, pull this over. See what I mean? I don't like those that much, and I actually have a way to get around it for the most part, but this is still a skill you should at least know and practice a little. It looks fine once you're actually done, but until you actually get a full bracelet out, everything just kind of seems to look a little weird. Anyway, we'll keep doing this, even if they kind of look a little crappy. It's kind of hard to do this. I guess I'll have to show you guys my little setup later. It's a little different than Lisa's. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my strings, if you let go, fall back. That's because my setup is horizontal, whereas Lisa's setup is vertical. So hers ends up falling down. Anyway, almost done with this row. Now, I found that ultimately, this is still hard to do on this table like this, but I found that if you can, trying to keep your background string as taut as possible to the right or left as applicable helps keep everything fine, I guess. Anyway, the next thing I'll show you is how to switch between the two, because that's also important. So we'll do, let's make sure this isn't twisted. We'll do a left knot. I think that just knotted on me. Anyway, left knot. Yeah, it knotted on me. Let me take care of this little sucker. Oh, that's simple. There we go. Alright, anyway. Knot's done. Let's do another one. Just for the fun of it, huh? Alright, now let's do another downward knot. Take our next string. Now, again, since we're going to the left this time, we'll do a right knot. So try and keep this as simple as possible. Pull it taut, and just a little finesse. We'll do another right bit. Come on. See what I mean? These things can be a little tricky. You just want to make sure your strings don't flip. That's what's important. Anyway, we'll switch to the next one and do another knot like this. Feel like everything is going everywhere. Anyway, and that's that. Pull everything nice and taut. Let's do, I don't know, another like this. And we'll do another white. Alright, sorry about that. Anyway, where was I? Oh, right. A right knot over the blue, I believe. So, hold this to the side and knot very firmly. Do another one of these. And knot very firmly. Make sure everything's lined up. There we go. And then just finish these off. And there you have it.